Hey, look what I got. I went to Lowe's and it was an open box special, discounted. It sells for $349. I got it for $220. It's a Dewalt heavy duty air compressor. It's oilless and it's 200 psi's. It's got a 4.5 gallon tank. It's got wheels that you could roll it around. I've seen quite a few contractors use this for installation of carpentry work and what's that called, board and batting. When I had the board and batting replaced at the house, the contractor was using this. So let me take it out of the box, let me start it up and see how long it takes to fill that 4.5 gallon tank, and just going to give you my initial impressions of it. I had double stacked Dewalt tanks when I was running my roofing nailer and framing nailer, and I kind of like that one. This is a single tank, so let me take it out of the box. Alright, so it looks like it wasn't used and returned to Lowe's. It looks like it's in great shape out of the box. And let's see, it's got 5 SCFMs at 90 psi. That's the actual, so it could run an impact wrench and a sprayer, and it's pretty good. I couldn't find what the rating was at 40 psi, but I'm sure it's a lot higher. Let me turn it on and I'll let you know how long it takes to fill the tank completely. It's surprisingly quiet too. Doesn't vibrate much also. I have a small Dewalt, very small one. Alright, we're about 100 psi. 50 seconds this thing's been on. We're at 150 psi and this thing's been on for about a minute. Alright, so it took about a minute, a little bit over a minute and a half to fill up at 200 psi. And let me set the gauge to 100 psi. Let's see what's going on with this thing. It's a little bit stiff. Now I see why it was cheap. Oh, it looks like it's going back. Okay, looks like it's working. I screwed it back in and it was really stuck. I pretty much gave it a nice tap. Okay, the gauge seems to be very, very accurate. Let me put it on 100 psi, and I'm gonna get an impact wrench, and we'll see how this thing works with an impact wrench. Okay, let me just before I plug in the impact wrench, let me tell you something I forgot to mention. It's a 1.6 running motor horsepower, 1.6 horsepower motor. That means with a load, it pumps out 1.6 horsepower, which is decent. You know, there's some that'll claim 2 horsepowers, but those aren't with an actual load on it. The compressor also is 15 amps, so you're gonna have to use a 12 gauge extension cord, and you can't be more than 50 feet from the outlet with an extension cord. So you're gonna have to keep this close to the outlet, as close as possible to the outlet that's 20 amp or 15 amp rated. I would use a 20 amp outlet, or else it's probably gonna die on you. And just run extra airlines. It's got 2 feeds for the airlines. So let me go. Just run a load on this. I got an aerosol rand 1/2 inch impact wrench. As you can see, I attached the impact wrench. I had it set at 100 psi, and it seems to cycle on at 100 once it reaches 150 psi. And I was able to keep that wrench going for quite a bit until it reached 100 psi on the pressure meter. So it's got more than enough power to handle an impact wrench, and I'm sure it's got more than enough power to handle a sander and air nailers or whatever you might throw at this thing out in the field. Let me see how long it takes to cycle from 150 to 200. It recovers in under 30 seconds, in between 20 and 30 seconds. So so far, thumbs up. Well, it looks like it's got a 1-year warranty, and it also has a safety overload switch. That's how you turn it on and off from there. And it does trip if you have if you don't have enough amperage going to it. It will trip, and then you have to reset it. So the only problem I had with this thing right out of the box is this knob was just too damn tight. I didn't realize how tight it was. So what I did was I turned it to the left to the point where it just unscrewed. But I was able to screw it back in and seat it. I mean, it was stuck all the way over to the left, and I couldn't move it. And then once I applied a little bit of pressure to it after it seated, it spins loosely now, which is the way it should be. So I'm going to use it during the year. I'll let you know if I have any issues with it, but Dewalt makes a good product. I'm not too concerned about it. I'll show you the little compressor I got. It's a little brother to this. I run everything from a finishing nailer to a I tried a roofing nailer on it on the other compressor, and let me show you that real. Little brother I have to that compressor. It's a tiny little compressor, and the tank, I think it's 1 gallon, and it's 150 psi on this one. It's made by M-Glow, just like the other compressor is. I paid $50 on sale, and it's a champ. I've been using it to run. I used a roofing nailer with it. Yeah, of course you had to stop every once in a while. You just had to put in a couple of nails and stop, and then let it reset. Finishing nailers, no problem. This handles finishing nailers and brad nailers and what have you. You could work all day with this and it won't slow down. But once you get to a stick nail or a framing nailer or a roofing nailer, it's useless. But it's good. It's good if you're doing some trim work and you don't want to carry that big compressor. And like I said, I'm happy I got the other compressor on sale from Lowe's. I mean, it was a bargain at that price. I couldn't pass it. There you have it, the 2 compressors. It is heavy, man. I just dragged that down a flight of stairs, and it's hard to handle. They put wheels on it for a reason. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. and let me get a couple of positive reviews to keep the channel going. Thanks for watching.